Hey there, it's Anna. Welcome to the garden. I wanted to talk to you today about 3 different ways that I am going to be growing eggplants. If you've been around here in the garden for a while, you know I have a small garden, so I've had to be a little creative with finding space for eggplant, but I absolutely love having it in the garden. It's such a great summer crop. I'd love to make like dips and all different kinds of things with it in the summer, and it's just a great thing to have. So I have a few different starts here, and I'm going to share with you where I'm planting them and my plans for growing them. So right now I am next to this little raised bed here, and this is where I'm planting 2 eggplant. I should probably also mention that if things look like they're planted closer than you normally plant plants in your garden, it's probably because they are. I just have a small garden, and so I've just learned to make the most of it. And if I have to plant some stuff a little bit closer than like the ideal perfect spacing, it just is what it is. And usually the plants do pretty well. I mean, maybe they produce like a little bit less than they would if I had, a huge garden space to plant them in, but I don't really find that that's like that much of a problem. And yeah, I'm just doing the best I can with the garden that I have. So over here is where I'm going to plant my other eggplant. This is kind of like a weird area in the garden. It's not super aesthetic, but I've got some grow bags set up, and here I'll flip you around. This is where the greenhouse was all season, and I have taken off the cover and just put in 3 grow bags. I've got some fertilizer in them, and in this one I am going to grow my eggplant, and I'm also going to probably plant in some other things. I'll seed in here. This is just like a little bit of cocoa coir I put in the top, but I'm going to plant this little Prince eggplant, and it has these little cute round eggplants. Let's see, usually in clusters of 2 or 3, and I just like the small eggplants because it gives you a lot of harvest. And so I'm going to plant that in here, just make a hole. Grow bags are interesting. I have like a love and hate for them. I like them because you can get a really big container for not like that expensive. I mean, like if you buy a 15-gallon, container, that's going to be really expensive, but with a grow bag, like it's totally affordable. You can get a pack of them on Amazon for a really good price, but I don't know, they're kind of hard for moving around, and you have to water them a little bit more than other things. So it's just something to know about them. They can be a little different, but I'm gonna just keep an eye on the water. I'm actually gonna hook all of these up to my drip system so that the grow bags will just get the drip they need, and I won't have to worry about all that extra watering. And so these eggplants should do really well, and I'll come back in, as I said, and probably plant like a couple things around it just to fill that in. But yeah, Little Prince, that'll be exciting. I'll make sure to label this, because otherwise I will definitely forget what I planted. The last eggplant that I have over here was planted in a container, and this is a Japanese eggplant, a really long skinny eggplant. These are really nice to have for cooking and roasting, and just super easy to use. I really like that kind of shape for an eggplant. Last year I grew the white knight eggplant that I started from seed, and I really liked that one. I actually tried to start some more from seed this year, but I just had some issues with some of my seedlings, and so they didn't really materialize, but a similar kind of shape to that Japanese eggplant. So growing eggplants in containers totally works too. Of course, with containers versus your raised beds, you really want to make sure you stay on top of fertilizing them. So you could probably get away with not doing like that weekly fertilizer on the raised beds. I will, just because I have so many containers, so I'm already doing it. But if you have things like tomatoes and eggplants and stuff in containers, you really want to think about finding some kind of a fertilizer that you can add, at least at a couple week basis, just to give the plants all the nutrients they need, because they are in that small container and they're not able to reach to the resources like they would if they were in the ground. So yeah, just definitely something to think about and kind of plan, but you can totally grow them in containers, and it's, a great way if you don't have, again, a huge garden space like my little garden here. I can still have lots of eggplants. So I'll definitely share with you those harvests as we get into the season. I'm really excited about it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you next one. Bye-bye.